Alright, so for the next 3 units, we're going to do statistics. We're going to start off slow, and we're going to do some things that you are used to, and it's going to be review, and then we'll start to get more into stats and all that stuff. So this video is measures of central tendency, and your learning target is I can find measures of central tendency. So first thing we need to talk about, what are the measures of central tendency? What am I even talking about? So the measures of central tendency are summary statistics to represent the center of a data set. You probably know them as mean, median, and mode. So if you don't remember, mean is the average value. Median is the exact middle of the data. And mode is the most common value. So this should be stuff that you remember from middle school, but if you don't, we'll go over it. Pretty easy. So if you ever see measures of central tendency, they're just saying what is the mean, the median, and the mode. Okay, so sometimes if you go into a stats course, they'll do this. Anytime you see the symbol, that means the mean. And this looks a little crazy, but what it's saying is if you add up all the numbers and divide them by n is the amount of data points you have. So let me say number of data points. So it looks like a really confusing formula, but you already know how to do it. You add them all up and you divide by how many there are. When you want to find the median, you write the data in order, so it's from least to greatest. You count in from each side and you find the middle or halfway between two middle points. And in the mode, you would write the data in order, find the value that appears the most. And you could have multiple modes. It's completely fine. So then we have this set of data right here, and we're going to find the measures of central tendency. So if we were to find the mean, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to add all the values together. So you can pause the video and try it. 1, 2, 3. So 704 is what you should get, unless I did it wrong, which is possible. And then there are actually 20 numbers. So when you find the mean, you do 704 divided by 20, and I got 35.2. Okay. When we want to find the median, we order them from least to greatest, and then we just start. So here's the first and last, the next two, the next two, next two, next two, next two, next two, next. When we have two numbers in the middle, I have 35 and 36, then you would do halfway between them. So 35 plus 36, and then divide it by 2, so you get the median is 35.5. Alright, so for mode, once again, they're in order from least to greatest. I see that 30 occurs twice, 32 occurs twice, but look, 35 occurs 3 times. Alright, so it's appeared more. 37 occurs 3 times, and I don't see anything that occurs more than 3 times. So we would say our mode is 35 and 37, and this is bimodal, which means there are 2 values, so there are 2 modes, and that's perfectly fine. You can have multiple modes. Alright, so I want you to try this one. I want you to pause the video and see if you can do it. Tell me what the mean, median, and mode is for this data. So try it in 1, 2, 3. Alright, so mean, I got 3.63. For median, I got 4. And for mode, I got 4. And there was only one mode because 4 occurred more than anything else. If you have extra questions about that, you can message me. Alright, so then let's talk about something called the range. So the range of a data set is the difference between the highest and lowest values. So if we want to find we would just do the highest value minus the lowest value. Pretty easy. So if I look at this data set, you can look through it. I think that 40 is the highest. I don't see anything bigger than 40. Looks like 30 is my lowest. So if I wanted to do the range, I would do 40 minus 30, and I would get 10. And that would be my range. Okay, we probably also talked about something called the interquartile range. So I'm going to abbreviate that IQR just because I'm lazy. And it divides a ranked, ordered data set into 4 equal sections. So how to find? Step 1, you're going to order the data from least to greatest. Step 2, you're going to find the median, which is the middle number. Step 3, you're going to calculate the median of the lower and upper half of the data. Step 4, the IQR is the difference between the upper and lower medians. Alright, so we would call this data point right here the first quarter. The one right here is called the second quarter. This one's called the third quarter. Alright, and then this value right here is your IQR. So if that doesn't make sense, it's okay. We're going to do an example, and it should make sense. And you're going to use these in some next lessons when we do some different graphs and stuff. Okay, so let's do this one. So we're going to find the IQR of the data set above. So when it's talking about the data set above, it's talking about the data right here. So it's already in your notes. So go ahead and order that from least to greatest. That's the first thing I want you to do. Pause the video and try it. 1, 2, 3. All right, so it's ordered from least to greatest. The next thing is to find the median. All right, so my median would be 35.5. Step 3, I'm going to calculate the median of the lower and upper half. So right here it starts. Okay, so the median of the lower half would be between these two numbers. So I'm going to say it's 32.5. I wrote that in the wrong place. I'm sorry. All right, and now I'm going to look at the upper half of the data, and I'm going to find the median of that. So from 36 to 40. Let me use orange. So it would be between those two. So I would say that's 37.5. And then the IQR is the difference between the upper and lower medians. So I had 37.5. And I'm going to take away 32.5. So my IQR is 5. There we go. Okay. So I want you to try it. I want you to find the median. I want you to tell me what Q1 is, what Q3 is, and then what IQR is, using the same steps that we just did. So try part A in 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I order my data from least to greatest. My median is between these two numbers, so I'm going to say it's 8.5. So now I'm going to find the median of the lower half, 7. The median of the upper half, 12. And then I'm going to subtract those two numbers I just found, 12 minus 7, and I get 5. So hopefully you got 5 as well. Alright, so take some time to do part B. Do it the same way. Try it in 1, 2, 3. Alright, so my median would be between these two numbers. So I'm going to say 28.5. Alright, so my median of the lower half would be 24. My median of the upper half would be 52. And then if I subtract 52 minus 24, I get 28. So hopefully that's what you got. Alright, so we're just going to try some more examples. So I want you to pause the video and try both of these in 1, 2, 3. Alright, so for part C, I got the median was 9, Q1 7, Q3 12, which means IQR is 5. For part D, I got the median was 27, Q1 14, Q3 33, and IQR 19. If you have questions about it, just send me a message. Alright, so here's the last one. You try these two, pause the video, and actually try them. That's how you learn in 1, 2, 3. Alright, so for part E, I got the median was 25, Q1 19, Q3 33, and IQR 14. For F, I got the median was 16.5, Q1 12, Q3 29, IQR 17. Alright, so let me know if you have any questions. I think you're going to be good on this one. It's going to get a little bit harder from now on, but not too bad. You'll be okay.